Cacio e pepe pizza is going viral. Everyone is making it, but they are not making the cacio e pepe sauce correctly. They're using ice for the pizza. What is that? I might not be the perfect pizza chef. Maybe my crust is not going to be perfect, but I'm going to make the best cacio e pepe sauce for the cacio e pepe pizza. Let's do it together. First thing we're going to do, we're going to make a pizza dough. And I'm going to use a 60% hydration. With a 60% hydration pizza dough, we can have Neapolitan pizza or we can have a thin crust pizza. This is up to you. Let's make the Neapolitan pizza with cacio e pepe topping. So what we do is we start by preparing the cacio e pepe sauce. For the cacio e pepe sauce, we're going to use pecorino romano. We're going to use about 3 or 4 tablespoons of pecorino romano, and this should be enough for one pizza. We're gonna go crazy with the pepper. A lot of pepper. Now we mix. Cacio e pepe translates to cheese and pepper. So if you don't put pepper, it's not a cacio e pepe. Now we need to add a splash of water. If you have pasta water, it would be amazing, but I'm gonna use normal tap water and it will do the job. And now we're gonna mix it until we get a nice, thick, but runny cream. I'm using room temperature tap water and it's creating the cacio e pepe cream that I want. Add more. Perfect, look at that. This is gonna be a very rich sauce, okay guys? Well, look at that. Add a little bit more water. Last bit. We just want to get rid of the lumps from the pecorino.
You want it to be a dense liquid?
I want it to be dense liquid, but smooth at the same time. Just like if we're making a cacio e pepe. It needs to be runny because it will kind of thicken up when you put it in the oven, okay? Here I have the Neapolitan pizza dough. I'm gonna put some semolina on top. Get the dough, put it on the semolina. Now, make sure you don't press on the edges. Let's move the gases from the middle to the edges. Let's get a timber pizza peel. Now let's stretch the pizza. You can do this, or you can just do this, and it will stretch, because the Napolitan pizza ball have been resting for 4 hours, and so they're very, very easy to stretch. So easy, look. Don't have to do much. Now we're gonna place the pizza here. Now I see many chefs, people putting ice on the pizza. What are you doing with the ice? We're not gonna do that. Go and get a baking tray for the cakes, the round one, and get the inside part, okay? Now, this is the part where we normally cook the cake, so we want to protect. We use this part facing the top, okay? So if it burns, it doesn't really do anything to us. So what we're going to do, we're going to put it right on the pizza, like this. So we leave the edges outside, so the edges will cook, okay? The middle of the pizza will cook in the oven, okay? Now we're going to cook this until the edges puffs up. We're gonna cook this Neapolitan pizza crust at 400 degrees Celsius for about 90 seconds, okay? So once the first side starts to puff up and cook, we're going to rotate it. It's gonna take about 30 seconds for the first side to cook. What the base of the cake tin is doing, it's protecting the middle part of the pizza so it doesn't puff up, it doesn't get bubbles, because you don't want bubbles on this pizza. Can you see how the bottom is cooking too? See that? All right, let's turn the pizza again. All right, we're almost done. Now let's cook this side. Okay. Please don't forget, the Vincenzo's Plate Cookbook is now available for pre-order. Please, it's the first Vincenzo's Plate Cookbook ever. We have recipes from generations to generations, okay? There are simple recipes, there are family recipes that you want to keep, that you want to learn, right? So please, get it wherever you are in the world. You can use Amazon. There are more bookshops selling it in Australia, America, and worldwide. So please get it and get a piece of Vincenzo's plate into your house. We are so excited. It's a very different book. My wife Suzanne wrote the book. So the book is a point of view of living with me, with my family, sharing our recipes. So the book is told in a different way that's never been done before. So you definitely want to get a copy of it. And look how the crust is perfectly cooked. Now what we're going to do is remove this, because we don't need it anymore. Look how perfectly cooked this is. Huh? This is perfect. The crust is almost ready. I didn't completely cook it because we need to put it back in the oven now with the cacio e pepe sauce. But look at the bottom. The bottom is cooked, right? So now we're going to put the cacio e pepe on top. If you don't want to use the cake tin base on top, you can still put mozzarella cheese, I believe. You can do the first base covered with mozzarella cheese, okay? And then you put the cacio e pepe sauce on top. It's going to be cheesy, but I actually think it's going to be better. But because cacio e pepe has no other cheeses in it, let's just make it proper cacio e pepe. So here we go now with the cacio e pepe mix, and we go straight on the pizza. Now let's spread the sauce everywhere. So I think we have enough cheese on this pizza. You don't really need the mozzarella. As you can see, the sauce is already thickening up because the pizza is hot, okay? But what we're gonna do now, we're gonna place this in the oven for a few seconds because we just want this cream to thicken up more. We're not adding any olive oil just because olive oil doesn't go on the cacio e pepe. I'm gonna spread more pecorino cheese on top, just like this. And this pecorino I'm adding now will actually protect the cream underneath. I do like to put some pepper now because it cooks in the oven a little bit. And back in the oven for a few seconds. We just want to put the pizza near the fire, just for a few seconds on one side. Take it out. Turn it. Can you see how it's already thickening up? Now we do the other side. And just like that, you take it out and enjoy it. And this is how you make a proper cacio e pepe pizza. Look at the cacio e pepe cream. The crust is cooked to perfection. The cacio e pepe cream is beautiful. It's creamy. It's got enough pepper. There is no mozzarella. It's just pecorino, pepper, and some water I use from the tap. And look what we got. Shall we see how creamy this is? First, listen to the crunch. Perfect crunch. But now, do we want to see how creamy this cacio e pepe pizza is? Let's have a look. See, look at the pizza. You got a beautiful moist dough, you got a beautiful crunch. There is no ice, no grated pecorino. This is a proper cacio e pepe sauce on top, okay? Let's enjoy and see how creamy it is. I was expecting a very rich pizza, which it is, but it's actually enjoyable. It's easy to eat. It's not crazy. This is definitely a pizza you want to share with other people, not on your own, but it's delicious. It's got a beautiful pecorino punch. The pepper is being cooked in the oven, which adds more values. Beautiful. This is delicious. This is done the right way. I think this pizza deserves to be in every pizzeria menu. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. It doesn't matter what pizza crust you use, Neapolitan, Roman, whatever you want to use. But when you do a cacio e pepe topping like this, you know you've done a good job. And this is incredible. I am so happy to have showed you how to do a proper cacio e pepe pizza. It is a thing, it deserves to go viral, it does deserve to be on pizzerias' menus. Just remember, it's too much to eat it on your own, so it's definitely a pizza that you have to share with your friends. What do you think of this pizza? Did you enjoy it? Are you still gonna put ice on your cacio e pepe? Nah, don't do that. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I will see you in the next Vincenzo's Plate video recipe. E ora si mangia cacio e pepe pizza.